Hey guys, it's Ashley again, and it's Wednesday the 28th. I'm just here to give you an update on my weigh-in, my weekly weigh-in, and um, I know last week was wonderful. Like, remember how happy I was and how excited I was? Well, this week it wasn't exactly the greatest. I went in this morning at 10, and yeah, I stepped on the scale and it said that I had put on 1.5 pounds. And now I know the reason for that, okay? Like, I'm not in utter shock at all. I actually thought I'd gain more than that, but, because of what's been going on the past week, but I didn't, which is a good thing, but, like, still, it shouldn't happen, right? And, we all have our bad weeks, and I'm gonna put this past week behind me, and I'm gonna move on, right? And that's what you do, right? And so anyway, the reason I think I put it on is because first of all, I didn't go to the gym as often as I did the week before. Like, I only went, I think, maybe one or two times total, and well, like, I actually had a barbecue last night. I had some friends over, and I was preparing for that, and plus I had a couple of other things go on. Like, I was looking for work. I'm still looking for a job right now, and I had an interview and stuff, and yeah, and also I had a couple of, like, I think I'm sort of an emotional eater. Actually, I know I am. I don't think I am. I know I am. Anyway, the other night I was on the phone with somebody. I'm not going to get into details, but anyway, the conversation upset me quite a lot, and as much as I tried real hard not to, I kind of gave in, and it was about 2 in the morning too, so it was pretty late, and I gave in, and I went downstairs, and I made myself. Well, I didn't make it. I took out a bag of these Tostitos. I love Tostitos. I do, and especially with salsa. So that's what I had. Tostitos with salsa. They're the little multigrain round ones. But yeah, I had some of those, to, you know, turn to comfort to. And I know I should not have done that. And trust me, I regret it. I really do. And even then, I knew it was wrong. But I guess I just gotta get used to that, Like, I have to try and fight it harder than I did. So yeah, and that wasn't the first time. Like, I remember, I think it was the day before the barbecue, I bought all the chips and stuff before, like, for the party, and I actually opened up one of the bags and I started eating some of them. And I have a real chip problem, I think, and I think a lot of people do. Like, chips are like one of the most addicting foods out there, and that's why one of my new goals for this week and for a little while, until I get proper control of it, is to cut out chips completely, and that includes Tostitos because honestly, they are like one of the worst foods you can eat when you're trying to lose weight because there's there's nothing but crap in them. Like, they're full of fat and salt, and there's nothing good or nutritional about them, right? So I think that's probably the best thing to do for now is to cut them out completely, just like how I've cut out mayonnaise and ketchup. So yeah, mayonnaise, ketchup, chips, and yeah, so those are the foods that I've cut out lately. Well, I'm just starting to cut out the chips, but yeah. Anyway, I really think that the chips and the lack of exercise are the problem for my weight gain. Now, like, my second weigh-in, I had lost 5.6 pounds, and I had only put on 1.5, which is about one quarter of the weight I had lost. So it's not that much. Like, I can easily drop that probably in the next day or two. And so far today, my eating has been going very, very well. I haven't overindulged or anything. I've been careful. So yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that. But I'm not gonna give up. Okay, like I said before, I'm going to put it all behind me, and I'm going to forget it even happened. And I'm just going to move on with my life and with my journey. And I'm going to continue that to try to get to my 5% goal. Also, while I was at the meeting, oh, by the way, it was a really, really good meeting. We had a very good discussion, and I learned a couple of things when I was there today. One thing I learned is to plan your meals in advance. Like, for example, tonight I'm going to plan what I'm going to eat all day tomorrow. That way I don't have to play around and guess, right? So that's one thing I learned. And also, another thing I learned, and I think this is a very, very good tip, is to literally weigh everything, like literally. Because sometimes, a lot of people, they just guess, and I am one of them. Like, for example, if you're measuring, like, say 5 or 6 ounces of ground beef, right? And you just automatically assume you know what 5 or 6 ounces are. No, not a good idea, because they're trust me, you could be putting more unwanted calories on there than you need. And no, just measure it, okay? I know it's a little bit of extra work, but in the end it's worth it because it'll save you. So anyway, while I was there today, just before I left, I picked this up. It's the Eating Out Guide, and it's a restaurant guide. So, like, it's got about 75 or 80 different restaurants. Some of them are American, I can tell, because some of the restaurants that are listed in here are not Canadian. IHOP, for example. But they do have a lot of restaurants. Most of them are here, though. So, yeah. And I think the best thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to keep this in my purse all the time. Like, because, like, I have quite a few friends, and a lot of well, not a lot of the time, but every once in a while we all like to go out for a bite to eat and stuff. So I figure, okay, next time that happens in the future, I'll have this with me to help me. So, yes, I only just got it today, so I can't really judge on what it's like, but from what I've heard, it's great. It's a really good guide, so yes. So if I were you, I'd probably pick up one of these if you're part of Weight Watchers or anything, because it's a big help. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know all that, and I will update you next Wednesday with my weigh-in, and I really hope that I will lose the 1.5 pounds that I put on and more, because we want to see that every week. We want to see that we lose something, right? We don't want to gain. Okay, so yes, anyway, I will see you in my next video. Bye.